Hey guys, it's Melissa. In this video, I am going to show you how to update the firmware on the Roland BN2-20 or BN2-20A. So you're going to start in DG Connect, and if you have this alert here to update your firmware, just click the download button and then find the location where you want to save it. I'm clicking downloads and then click select folder. So that is going to initiate the installer download, and then what you'll need to do is go back to wherever you saved it. So as you saw, I saved mine in my downloads folder, so I'm going to go back there, and that is where I have my firmware now. So once you click in the folder, you will launch the installer and you will get this pop-up that you'll need to click allow. That is then going to you need to get another little window, and if it doesn't come up, check your bottom menu. It might be hidden down there. So click next, and what this is going to do is this should actually prompt the firmware to begin installing. However, if you get an error, which I will say is pretty common to say that it can't find the printer and you need to enter the IP, you will need to do that. So you can click OK. Now, what you want to do is, even if the IP address is already in there, you want to confirm that it is actually the correct IP address, because what I found is my IP address in my utility and the IP address that was showing here on the firmware installer were not actually the same, and that was what was causing my issue. So in order to find your IP address, head back over to DG Connect Hub and make sure you click the utility. So here you'll want to click the hamburger menu, and under System Preferences, your IP address will be listed. So you can see that's that 12-digit number there. Now, you want to compare it to the number that it's showing on the firmware installer, and what I could see was that mine was actually not correct. The last 6 numbers were a mismatch, and so you want to manually add them. So there's a drop down. You can see it's showing my BN2. You want to click that and click Input, and then manually enter the number that you see in your system preferences. Once you do that, you will then be able to click Next. And then you'll have the option to click Install instead of getting the error. So now it's going to tell you to turn off the sub power. That's the switch on the front of the machine. So turn that so that it's no longer lit up. Do not turn off the main power on the left side. You only want the front power off. That is the sub power switch. Once you do that, click OK, and then you will click the Install button to begin the firmware installation. So you're going to get two little prompts here. This one's telling you that it's sending the firmware. This takes, I don't know, a minute or so, and then you are going to get another little box here that is going to show you that the firmware update has been going. And this could take anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes, I will say, so just be patient. Now, here's the thing. When you get to the end of this, it's either going to tell you it worked or it didn't work. Most likely going to tell you it didn't work. But the most ironic part is it very most likely did. And so you are going to want to check that. So you see here that I have this error message that says it failed to install. So what you want to do is actually confirm what firmware you're on. So you'll click OK, and then what you need to do is you need to go back into DG Connect. All right, so once you get back to DG Connect, you're going to click Open to open up the utility again, and again you're going to click that hamburger menu, go back to System Information. This time, look to see what firmware version you're using, and if it says 1.6, then you have actually updated correctly, as you saw I did too, despite that error.